Alright everyone, let's get started, and welcome to Möbius Front 83. Because when I saw that Zachtronics was going for a tactical wargaming entry in their list of many excellent games, I figured that'd be something I would be interested in, because, hey, what better way to show off your decision-making skills, or, well, utter lack thereof. But no, actually, I'm fairly decent at playing this game. I've already made my way through the entire campaign, and that's not actually what I want to show off today. No, we're going into multiplayer mode. We're going into skirmish mode, because I want to take control of the enemy units in this game and see if I can do a little bit better than the computer did in the campaign. Oh, but I am recording this intro after the rest of the battles, because I recorded several battles and I wasn't quite sure how much of them I would be able to use. We are actually going to go for one battle, and we're going to let past me take over from here. Abrams tanks have a ton of armor. Like, a lot of times in the campaign mode, when I was using the Abrams tank, I could just roll forward and crush all resistance. And it's really fun to be like, okay, so how would I deal with that if it was me? But this is still the computer. This is still the enemy controlled by an AI, which, bluntly speaking, isn't very good. You'll get to see that soon enough. So, in order to make it fair, first of all, they have 10 more points than I do. They have another 2 tanks on top of what I'll get, and they will misuse them, I can guarantee that much. Also, I am set to delayed, which is to say those first 10 points won't let me bring in any of my heavy stuff. And I get nothing when they get more reinforcements. So the first 10 points I spend is all I'm going to get through 2 waves of enemy tanks. I'm still going to win. I'm going to cover this control point and ensure that none of their tanks can get anywhere near it under any circumstances. I get to use... And one of the things I enjoy too about multiplayer mode is using, again, not only taking on the units that I was using and seeing if I can beat them, but also seeing if I can make better use of the parallel Earth units that I couldn't use in the campaign, including their 6-range anti-tank missile teams, which are ridiculous. Only problem is they run out of ammo immediately, but those missiles are lethal. Okay, so this will be my starting setup. This will be the units I go with to try and kill 2 waves of enemy tanks. Basically, I've got 4 anti-tank missile teams, which are going to be set up probably here. I'd like to get one here, but that might be a little bit too vulnerable. But definitely here and here to cover this control point and ensure that no enemy tanks can get close. He didn't capture his control point. That's strange. Reinforced in the south, then? But he has to go this way eventually. Well, I'm kind of speculating, fairly meaninglessly for now. Yeah, that's really weird. All of the enemy units are down here. Does that change my deployment pattern? I don't think it does, honestly. I don't like... I'm already annoyed that, like... I can't see them, and that bothers me. Where are they? I would like to block this path. I'm gonna put infantry in those woods. Set up to cover. Move to capture the point. I feel like I'm going to move forward and find tanks all over the shop here. Do I wait till I see whites? I think I wait till I can deploy an infantry there to get a good view of this area. But... oh, hi, there you are. Hi, there you are. Ooh, crap. So, situation. Not actually set up yet. Which means I can't actually respond to the Abrams tank, which is now bothering me. This is really weird because he doesn't have control, well, the AI doesn't have control over any of the intermediate... like, the AI isn't capturing this control point because they need to capture all of them in order. But then... like, what's the enemy plan? Okay. At this point, then... oh, I think that guy's probably dead, question mark? Because the two of them can roll into place and... ooh, yeah, that was an error. Should have put one of the... well, no help for it now. Oh no, you're retreating. That was a decision you made. So, remember what I said about rolling forward and daring the enemy to do their worst? Well, this person is now in range of both of those anti-tank missile launchers. And I'm going to be sending some good vibes, and by good vibes I mean heat rounds, his way as well. Okay, I think you're not long for this world, so we're starting with this shit. Did I mention that tanks can be immobilized if you do enough damage to them? Because tanks can be immobilized. That thing is now a very expensive paperweight, which will die probably next round to my anti-tank attack team there. Now, they are out of cover, so the anti-armor team could easily get shot. But again, this is, I'm not even wasting another anti-tank missile on you, because why bother? Tanks. Many tanks. Like, I say it's an expensive paperweight. Even though it can't move, it's obviously still controlling this entire space and severely limiting my options in the process. Also, this is the point at which reinforcements arrive. Bold! This is why the computer needs 10 extra points to provide any threat at all. And they're still going to handily lose, because that was the worst decision. Right? Let's review. Right? Had he gotten lucky on the damage roll from the Abrams, he could have killed this anti-armor team. It's within the realm of possibility. Instead, he's got two enemies that are still capable of shooting at him, and his other tank is in range of 3 missile teams. 3 of them. Damage rolls. 2 to 6. Well, your life is likely to be short. So, no, I'm not going to shoot the Abrams. I don't need to shoot the Abrams. I'm not concerned about the Abrams. That was somewhat less damage than I was hoping to see, though. Okay, then we'll start from the back with the other tank, with the other missile team. Boom! See ya. Now, that missile team has no ammo remaining. I hate to say it, it's not worth a missile to try and deal with that Abrams. I want this anti-armor team to keep pinging away with the heat rounds until one of them lands. And that means, unfortunately for these infantry teams who are going to suffer for my decision, this guy stays alive. You may notice I'm in no rush here. That was, well, I mean, kind of inevitable, honestly, and it does mean I am going to have to fling another missile his way. And hope it does enough damage. Okay. To protect an infantry team with no remaining health, but such is the life of things. More enemy tanks. There's the Abrams. Ooh. Alright, unfortunately, you're one hex away, which is less than ideal. I shouldn't be advancing, really. I'm advancing into superior enemy forces and abandoning my defensive position in the process. But it's a little bit, honestly, even if it is not a great decision. Oh, that's right, there was a Bradley there. Why has this Bradley been doing nothing this whole time? Also, why are you not advancing? Nice. This defensive position will hold regardless for the 2 turns it will take for my reinforcements to arrive. If I can do damage to them by advancing somewhat, I've already gotten all I can realistically get out of that much of the advance. And I think I want to protect my jeeps now. Unfortunately, this missile team is not ready to cover the assault that might come. More enemy infantry coming in. Yeah, that was always going to happen. However, and unfortunately for the opposition, my backup missile team is ready. Well, I mean, the jeeps can usually handle infantry just fine. That's not going to get you anywhere. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that was a terrible choice. Fine. Hey, I mean, I don't like walking tanks right into armor teams designed to kill them. Like, congratulations, you did 1 point of damage to my anti-armor team. Your tank is immobilized and useless. You are in range. You tried to kill that, but since you can't deal enough damage after moving, it survived the hit. And sometimes it doesn't, but he rolled the dice and he failed. And the price of his failure is nothing because, again, damage rolls. Fine. This is how you get away with winning battles, by just rolling an Abrams forward and daring the enemy to do their worst. Because armor! I've literally just bounced 2 attacks off its armor to no purpose. Where do I want it? I think I want it up here, actually. Alright, this is my helicopter, and it is a helicopter carrying anti-tank missiles, and nothing else. Right. Let's compromise. One of these, and one more of these. I probably won't be able to readily set up, but... See? Ooh! Yep, I knew you'd set up. That's unfortunate. But that's also why you're there. Because I can go ahead and just, you know, open fire. Immobilized, not that big of a deal to get rid of. Now, you've got 1 rocket left. Obviously, I'm not worried about that. Off the armor. Got him! Got him. Okay, now, remember what I said about Abrams tanks. I just bounced all the artillery off that thing to almost no effect. But, in the end, effect. And of course, the Jeeps, after they've dropped off their anti-tank teams, are very helpful at cleaning up enemy infantry. Now, you may have noticed I've inflicted brutal losses on the enemy for really not... Ooh. Hi. Yeah. This is the point at which they usually bring in the howitzer to attack me from across the map. The problem is the howitzer can do nothing against, you know, tanks. I could send my helicopter in to chat with the thing, but that's kind of unnecessary, honestly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is functionally over, honestly speaking. I am leaving that there for pretty much in case they decide to come through here in a blaze of glory. I'm reasonably certain that ends with me losing this thing. Reposition. Hi! Hi, how are you doing? It is a reconnaissance helicopter, I guess. But... Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, that's... Right? It's like, with the howitzer in play, none of my anti-tank missile teams are useful. If they deployed this in the first round instead of the last round, this game would be so much harder. But they don't. Like I said, the computer just cannot make good decisions about how to use these forces. And I do think that I should basically have this as long as I don't do anything catastrophically unwise with my tanks. I am going to advance... Oh, I cannot advance there. I can, however, shoot you. Ah. Can't advance there. That falls into the category of catastrophically unwise decisions with my tanks. I just need that thing to go away. If I make that thing go away, all of his forces are down here. I didn't even set that up because I'm kind of expecting it'll just die. Yeah, that was expected. What? Why? Should have already done that. Didn't. Okay, this time, goodbye. Damage rolls aren't going to save you there. Okay. Advance one tank. I'm not expecting enough resistance to stop more than one tank. Keep the other tank here to ensure that nothing gets out of the forest alive. That should settle this. I'll send the rocket. Yeah, that's... Oh, I can't see what they're doing anymore. I dislike this. I dislike all of this. Alright, everyone. I might be covering up some of the details here. No, I'm not covering up enough of the details here. That is what happens when you take a tiny little cute recon helicopter and yeet it right into the waiting arms of surface-to-air missile launchers. Goodbye, little helicopter. I have made mistakes, and you are going to pay for them. I sincerely apologize. That was not wise of me. Ooh! Friendly fire! That almost makes up for it. Also, this is over. But... like, I won't be able to deal with that, but it doesn't matter because all of his forces are out of position. Unless his units reposition real fast. He has what, 2 turns? 1 and then 2, yeah. Like, artillery does a number on infantry positions, but the infantry positions aren't the problem, friend. They are not the problem anymore. Like I said, the computer makes good decisions. It doesn't. So, as we've seen, that's what happens when you let the computer try to take on my defenses, even with the best weapons the game has to offer. And there's more. Like, I could show off all of the other even worse decisions that the computer was making in the other battles I did, like the battle in which I took on the enemy airborne, air mobile division, right? Attack helicopters. Yeah, it didn't go well. I could certainly put those up, maybe will sometime. If anyone would like to give me more of a challenge than the computer has, if you have Möbius front you'd like to take me on, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And until then.